call to order the meeting at 10 a.m. for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Supervisor Bogey.
Here.
Clerk Stephanie here, Treasurer Joel.
Here.
Trustee Shelby. Here. And Trustee Nance.
Present.
Approval of the agenda. There isn't much on it. So we're anyway, I'm going to approve the agenda and we'll discuss it here in a minute. So I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as written.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Public comment on agenda items only, which isn't much, but.
And that is legal options for the Ann Arbor Road test well.
Any comments?
What's the agenda?
That's the agenda, is the legal options for the test well on Ann Arbor Road.
Okay, how did that get approved?
Did
It didn't.
All right, so what are they doing out there?
drilling well.
I don't get it. So why, how did it get in there if it wasn't approved by?
That's what we're trying to, a closed session, talk to the lawyer about.
Don't they have to go through a process to get it approved, do you get that out there?
That's why we're talking to our lawyer, trying to figure out what.
They do.
Why do we have to get a lawyer? Who's in charge?
They got a state permit.
Pardon
They got a state permit from what I understand.
me? Okay, and who from the state approved that?
Eagle.
Was there environmental impact studies done on this, and everything?
Could they?
I have no idea. No one will say
Whole lot
anything.
of no answers.
That's why we got a different lawyer and we're gonna have a little chat with him after, we get, in our closed session. Then we can maybe come back and give some little better information to everybody.
Were any county permits approved?
There is no county permit. It's only state only.
State only for injection wells?
Yep.
Mhm. And so that doesn't give any consideration to public comment prior to installing it?
Nope.
Or was it perhaps up in Lansing?
Don't know. We've been told nothing.
Hmm.
They showed up in 5 days. They got that thing up and going.
I was gonna say.
Are they drilling?
What's that?
Are they drilling?
Don't know. Not allowed on the site.
I see they got the sheriff out there.
Yes, they do.
They contracted with the sheriff's department.
Already had a chat with them.
So if it's out of our hands, why are we hiring a lawyer if it's all through the state? And the state's already approved it.
Well, the state approved it, but nobody else has. The county hasn't approved it, the township hasn't approved, nobody's approved anything.
Does it have to go through the township and the county?
I would think so.
For our zoning
No, not think so. Do they have to or
They
not?
should,
Yes.
yes.
That's what
We have
we're
a
They
gonna
warrant.
find
we
out.
think they should, but do they have to?
We have a zoning ordinance that, yes, they are required to, they did not. They
So
got
the
their state
ordinance says that they
permits.
gotta go through you guys
Yes.
to do it.
Yes.
Yes.
So no construction permits, no,
Site
county
planning,
drain
nothing.
commission,
No.
no soil erosion.
Soil erosion, I called them, they never got contacted.
So the state has not been contacted for a soil erosion permit, is what you're saying?
Basically, from what I understand, the state just gave them a permit that they approved back in, I think, May. They applied for it in May,
I think it got approved in June.
yeah.
Does anybody talk to our state representatives?
Already been on the phone with them twice.
Which ones? Or
Well, actually, our Senator Molino, I've talked to him two, 3 times.
what does he have to say?
He says, well, this is a new green deal that the government's coming out with, and I understand that, but I don't agree with them just coming here and doing whatever they want to do. That means I could open up Mark's Amusements across the street, basically, break ground and do it.
Is he gonna try to do anything, or is he just gonna give lip service?
Well, that's why we got an attorney out of Lansing, and we're gonna have a chat with him during a closed session. We'll come back and see what we can give to the public, what we can and cannot. So we don't want to keep everyone in the dark. This is a process we have to follow. It's kind of,
Has this been approved? Is this going through the Public Service Commission such as the solar fields work?
no,
So nobody in the state, like our representative, he doesn't know who the agency is that
Eagle.
approved this permit.
Eagle did,
Just, is it
Eagle.
for groundwater, for, what
It's
department?
called a mineral well.
The mineral well?
That's what they call it under permit supposedly.
And what, I'm sorry, what was that?
It's called a mineral well is what they classified it as, but it should be classified as a class 6 well, but they don't have a class 6 designation yet.
Are they looking for gas or oil?
No, they're looking to pump CO2 down in the ground.
Yeah.
They're looking to pump CO2 down in the ground, which I don't really agree with either, 'cause we're all on wells out here.
Well, they got a lot of pipe out there and they got some like, it looks like 12-inch pipe.
Well,
So
they're
it
gonna
looks
start
like
with,
whatever they
starting
put
with
in the ground,
24.
it's staying.
Starting with 24.
That's right.
24-inch pipe steel, they're gonna drive it 80 foot down, not drill.
How many feet down?
They're gonna start, according to what they told us at the school meeting, they're gonna do 80 foot, 24-inch steel pipe, drive it down. And then after the 80 foot, then they're gonna start drilling. And they're gonna go smaller and smaller and smaller until they're like at 4,500.
So what they're doing is they're compressing whatever they're putting in that well, they're gonna compress it.
that's the goal.
Do we know of any geological studies that have been done to see if this is a suitable formation or?
That's what they're doing.
That's what they're doing,
That's what it is.
that's what this test well is a geographical, whatever it is, to look at the stone and everything, to see if the CO2 sequestration is even possible in this area.
Because I think the more industrialized area could be just as well, because these kind of geological formations they form like a shield around this section and go up even in the northern Michigan.
And like I said, we'll find out more after we get into a little closed session, come out and try to explain to you what's going on. I would like us, we'll get a sign up sheet for you guys to sign your names on too, so we know who's here, because we may want to contact you in the future.
Who's the attorney?
Mike Comier from,
Foster Swift.
yeah, Foster Swift.
Oh,
So, what is a class 6 well, which doesn't exist yet?
There isn't one yet.
So is that supposed to be for just CO2 injection?
Well, that's what we're trying to come up with, and once we go into closed session, talk to that lady back there in the corner, because she's been digging into it a little bit.
Me?
Yeah. You.
Yeah.
So if there is no more questions, I'd like to try to go there and get an attorney,
Yeah,
and we'll come right back out and have a chat with you.
My question is that, commercial land down there or is it?
That's industrial, actually.
Yeah.
That's industrial?
Yep,
who owns it? Who owns the land?
DTE.
DTE.
just from Okie north, right? How
Well,
many acres?
Okie North, probably where the cornfield ends, that cornfield's actually DT's property.
And then the other south side is somebody else's.
Right.
Is that looking to be involved in that Dundee data center?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have it in our township as well, okay.
Possibly. We haven't agreed to that yet.
When did DTE purchase that property?
July 29th or 30th?
Of this year only?
What's that?
Of this year?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Nobody else bought it. It was up for sale for a while.
yeah, both
Nobody else
pieces,
bought it.
they split it.
It's actually, I think, 3 or 4. So anyway, I'd like to close this.
Well, hold on, anybody on Zoom have any public comment?
Yeah, I wanted to know, if we don't agree with the data center, like if we don't agree with it, what happens then?
This has nothing to do with that.
Well, this isn't about, so that would be a different topic, and so this is public comment just for agenda items only, we're not talking about the data center.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but keep looking, for the agenda for future, meetings, for when we, if there's anything more with the data center.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else?
So,
All right, this time, what time is it?
Go ahead.
well, one, we've already expressed the concern about what the possible effect on wells would be. But I'm concerned about what about the possible effects from blasting from the quarry, because I live over by Ostrander and Plank. And I can feel when they do the blast, that's less than a mile away as a crow flies. So this is even a little bit closer. And so I'm wondering, you've got this well, as you said, goes smaller and smaller and smaller so that they can do a high pressure injection, but not only the well, if they do put it in here, we're gonna have diesel generators for compressing the CO2. So we're gonna have air quality effects, we're gonna have noise effects. We're gonna have light pollution.
That's the reason why they're supposed to come through the township, to make sure that all of those situations are talked about and dealt with.
And the township has a noise ordinance?
Yes.
Okay. What's the highest, decibels?
I would have to,
We have to go look at ordinance.
yeah.
Okay, I can, too. Cause I know that if they say like 85 decibels at the property line, that's like having a huge conversation, it's like a crowd, you know, constant.
Yeah.
And I've been around diesel generators, so they're just so loud.
Yeah. Sharon?
Could we have your name?
Yours. Mary Hannah, Hana.
I
remember you.
Yeah.
I couldn't be involved in that other because of
So-
my mom's.
Yep, I'm gonna get a motion.
Let's get to our attorney, let's have a quick discussion, so I come back, hold everybody up, so I know everybody's got a busy life too, so.
Can you hand me one of those draft, things right there? I'll just have the sign up sheet.
You have no idea how long your conversation will take.
No.
No.
I'm hoping it won't take long, but
You're gonna ask them how much hazmat material's gonna be hauled in down there?
don't know, I have no idea. That's the problem where it's why we got an attorney involved. It's nothing brought to us, nothing. They just showed up, probably. You live on Milwaukee and, Ann Arbor Road, I bet? Yeah,
I'm right on Old Strander.
oh, you're on Ostrander?
Oh, yeah, as soon as you turn the corner. That
Okay.
lady was just on there, she's my neighbor.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get
So
hold
it's
of one of the other.
more or less right in our backyards.
I know. I'm not happy either, trust me.
Well, just like the solar panel bullshit, they try to pull them down there.
Well, that's why we're here to fight,
Well,
so.
see, that's why I asked about hazmat, I used to deliver cell towers, you want to run that data plan or whatever the hell it is, they're gonna have to have backup batteries,
Oh, yeah.
and there's,
And generators.
you know,
Yeah.
that's a lot of hazmat.
Yes, it is, so. Let's get through this, we'll be back in. I mean, I definitely wanna chat with you guys when we get done.
If you guys wanna sign, put your name on the sign sheet, if you can't stick around, depending on how long it's gonna take.
Yeah.
That way,
phone
at least we
number on
know who's here and any information that we can provide.
You leave it on Zoom though, right? So when
Yeah,
you
so
guys come back,
yeah,
it'll
we're
still
gonna,
be-
it'll,
Yeah,
yeah,
It'll be
yeah.
recorded.
we're gonna go in there so you guys can stay in here. I'm gonna turn the camera around so everybody on Zoom, if you guys jump back on, you'll still see that it's in special or in closed session. And then I'll turn the camera back around when we come back.
The Zoom link is on the township Facebook.
Yep, on the homepage.
Mhm.
Yep. All right,
Or on the website.
yes, on the homepage.
All right, this time I would like to close the public comment for 2 minutes and then, close our public meeting, right? Is this how this
Close
goes?
public meeting.
Close.
Close the public meeting at 10:13 a.m. And then we're gonna go to a closed, okay, I'm gonna do that. Jeez, oh, Pete, now we're gonna go into a closed session. I make a motion, goes into a closed session.
Read that, that's came from our lawyer, so read that, please.
Oh. Closed session, I move to enter a closed session, considers material exemption from discussion or disclosure by statute pursuant to MCL 15.268 1/H, specifically identified as attorney-client privilege written legal option.
We'll do a roll call for that.
Yep.
Supervisor Roby,
Yes.
Clerk Stephanie, yes, Treasurer Joel,
Yes.
Trustee Shelby,
Yes.
and Trustee Nick.
Yes.
We'll be back.
Mike, we're gonna go ahead and give you a call on the phone, okay?
All right, that works.
Thank you.
Hold the fort belt back.
You got it, buddy.
Yeah.
Or else, right?
All right, can everybody hear us?
Yep.
Perfect, thanks, Mike.
All right. We have to close. At this time, I want to close the closed session at 10:52.
I'll second.
All in favor? Make a motion to open up the Township Board of Trustees meeting, special meeting at 10:52. All in favor? Aye. All right.
All right, go ahead, Mike.
All right, so I want to clear up a couple things if I can. So DTE obtained a permit from Eagle to drill what they call a mineral well. Really what it is a test well to determine geology of the area. That permit comes with a number of specific conditions, 15 in total. We've been in touch with DTE's council because we believe that they are subject to your zoning ordinance and have failed to obtain or even submit for site plan review and approval. DTE has indicated its willingness to do so. There's some question about because the township adopted a moratorium, but it's applicable to CO2 drilling operations. This is not a CO2 drilling operation. In fact, the permit itself requires that this well be capped. And DT has indicated its willingness to provide assurances that this well will never be used for carbon sequestration. That said, they're still subject to your zoning ordinance and have to obtain site plan review and approval. And we will be contacting their council today to discuss those specifics and timing.
So I make a motion to accept the recommendation of our lawyer that was decided or discussed in closed session.
All right, roll call.
Yes. Oh, we really need that your last name's longer now. Me too. Supervisor Roby,
Yes.
Clerk Stephanie, yes. Treasurer Joel,
Yes.
Trustee Shelby, yes. And Trustee Matt.
Yes.
1 second. All right, I think we're all set with you, right?
Yep.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mike, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
All right, yep. All right, public comment for 5 minutes.
And just know that we might not be able to answer your questions, so
Do the best that we can.
we will do the best we can, but just keep that in mind, please.
Other than what a lawyer has said, what things can you tell us that of interest?
Pretty much what he said. I mean, they got a permit through Eagle. They're not following our ordinances. And that's, unfortunately, we know almost as much as you guys do in terms of, I mean, I've gotten pictures and text messages about this, and I send them over to Mark and go, what is going on? So yeah, we really don't know any more than you guys do, unfortunately.
Is the permit available on the Eagle website?
Should be.
Yeah, we want to look into that too, a little more in depth detail too.
Okay, because it's interesting that they say that it's never going to be used for CO2 suppression, so my comment would be, what is it going to be used for?
Well, supposedly you're going down and just pulling the minerals out to see what's down there.
Right, to see.
It's supposed to be
if it's-
capped when they're done. It's gonna be capped. And we just asked the attorney, what does that entail? What type of cap?
Or hopefully.
A lot of times they fill wells with that night rock all the way. So is that the capping or is there something he's gonna find?
I would be an aware of that. Yeah, I'm just curious of why do we look at that to look at the geology if you're never going to be using it for CO2?
Well, because I think the geology is gonna be, I don't know the distance of geology. I guess they're gonna go down there and try to figure out what's down there.
Right.
And if it's even can CO2 can go in the ground. They'd have to drill another one, so, and it's not cheap. I'm guessing,
That almost about it.
yeah, you're 4,500 feet deep, and I think a normal water well, if you need to do well, is about 100 foot per foot, $100 per foot.
I can put two in,
What's that?
$11,000,
And how many feet?
92 feet.
Okay, so I'm off on that thing, so we're talking $500,000 minimum for a normal water well if it's gonna be that deep, and this thing is mammoth. So,
So, that well is just to test for the minerals, but at this time, they're not saying that they're testing for minerals for anything specific, just generally testing that area
The geology,
to see,
yes.
yeah, what minerals. But now, did I understand that right? He was saying that DTE said they are willing to give us some kind of a guarantee that they will not use that well for.
That's the
Now,
word, yes.
And are we, if you can let us know, are we pursuing that to see if we can get that guarantee? I know there's a lot of variables right now, but if that's something that was discussed and that PP said that they are willing to do, is that something we are jumping on to take a hold of?
That is something I think our lawyer's gonna discuss with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Are they gonna put that in writing?
Right.
Send it to
Uh,
all the people around the area?
Mike is a very detail-oriented person, so I'm sure he will be making sure that everything is documented appropriately.
Yeah, you think you're pretty good, I'm pretty impressed with it, he's done a lot.
Timeline, when they cap it. Are they gonna cap it 10 years from now?
I
Or
think
are they
that
gonna
is,
Cap it immediately.
yeah, I think that is another thing a question that's going to be asked.
Yeah.
is there already a time for a follow-up on what's gonna be getting more information moving forward from here?
Mike will let us,
Yeah.
Mike will let us
Okay.
know.
So as of this time, no, but there will be coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Mike will let us know next steps.
And as what, will he tell us if they're gonna, may possibly get an injunction to put a stop to this until we do everything?
He's gonna do whatever he needs to do. I don't know if that involves an injunction.
Right now, what we said is we're gonna get them to give us a site plan, so we can see what they're gonna do, hours of operation.
It seems like that somehow function could stop during no day. We get a site plan or
Well, we-
process.
That's what we're looking at, we discussed a lot of that, but again, how much does the township want to spend? How much does the township want to spend on this?
Everybody on Zoom, if you guys could mute, please. I got some background.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
So now am I understanding this right? Basically what you're saying is because at this moment, other than the mineral testing, they're not saying they're doing anything further. The consideration is weighing the costs it would be to do an injunction because they're not really doing anything other than testing for minerals at this time. And if by chance something more dramatic, more invasive were to be moving forward at the other end, then we would consider putting this, that correct?
Well,
Am I
we'll know once
understanding?
we,
Yeah, that'll be something that we discuss,
That's
that
being
the lawyer
discussed.
would,
Okay.
yeah,
Yep.
would let us know.
Just want to try to make sure I'm understanding the mind frame of.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
I wonder if you know that probably everything we're saying right now is being written down.
That's
sent-
okay.
Yeah.
That's okay, it's a public meeting, and we record everything as well.
we're trying to be as transparent as we can. DT would follow them with being transparent, but they have not, so that's our big problem.
Out of curiosity, I think I know the answer to this, but once they test for these minerals, but will we have access to what those results would be? By
Should be able
chance?
to.
We should, okay.
I mean, I would think that people would want those results, and those would be public knowledge.
Okay.
Supposedly.
Yeah,
That's
I can't
also
say for
something-
sure, I would just, that's my assumption, but you know what they say about assumptions.
Okay, and I don't know if you can answer this one either. Is there anything that I'm not very familiar that we should, that we might be, that we should be concerned about that they might be testing for? Like, is there something that,
Not at this time, there hasn't been anything brought up that we shouldn't. But again, there's no guarantees, right? But at this time, we don't know.
Because the concern is that they try to put in a CO2 injection, correct? Where does the CO2 come from?
From a natural gas plant.
DTE's natural gas.
That's the new green energy supposedly, they could probably answer this better than I can, but from what I understand, I'm gonna guess. Is when they build a natural gas plant, they have to capture the carbon off that, off the ground to save the plant. That's part of the new green deal.
So they don't kill the planet to save the planet. Okay, got it.
So which legal department did approve that?
As far as I know.
Just, you get to
Right, I
school.
mean, but there's like water, there's like, cause I was looking for just,
I don't know.
there's a
it's-
database for well
We should
records,
know more.
for water well records, but I don't see a database for mineral well records. I mean, just,
Yeah.
do you know which department, or can you not tell us which department? So basically, we can call our, we can call Eagle and find out how we can get a copy of that. We shouldn't have the FOIA that.
You should, but it's always an option.
Right, but it seems to be getting a permit, like in a water permit, so you can find online.
And you might be able to just call Eagle and let them know kind of this scenario, and they can probably let you know what department.
Yeah, to get them to actually sign this one, it should have to be a FOIA.
We're just trying to get us follow the rules, that's all, really.
Right.
It's nice to bring it to the township level, exactly what's going on, that's, you got circumvented around that, including the neighbors.
Any other public comment?
I was just wondering, don't they have like history of our aquifer and of our underground landscape through, and have they done any research on what has been before us to now?
I'm gonna say,
You've lived out here for a long time, have you ever seen a 4,500-foot well go in around here?
No, but I know that my uncle has done aquifers for London for the wells and stuff, so I would think it would be pretty close.
Aquifers are 100, 200 feet, this is 4,500 feet
It's
down.
crazy.
That's
Just read a volcano.
unbelievably deep, yeah.
Yes. But I'm just asking, just for them to do the research on what are they looking for at that 43.
Right. That's a
All
long,
answers
long
we looked at.
Well, didn't we at one time, when London Township gravel was, Sandy gravel was open? A whole bunch of us around here, well, I didn't, I was fortunate, everybody's well went dry. And they closed that place, and everybody's well came back up. Are we gonna have the same problem? I mean, this is a hell of a lot closer than obviously London. And London would say, you wouldn't think that would affect. They're being
About a million.
London, Sandy gravel.
Yeah, 3 million gallons a day out of there, I think. London, Santa, one time.
It's a valid observation.
Yeah, you guys just have to remember this is a test well,
Yeah, it's mineral,
So,
yes, mineral test.
any other public comments?
not water.
Anybody on Zoom?
Nope.
Oh.
That was one.
And see if you can.
Hi, sorry. I can only hear a little bit, but my question is, once they drill this well, that's 4,500 feet, what if something happens to our wells in the meantime, prior to the zoning? Do we get compensated? Is there some sort of coverage? What if something happens while they're just drilling, even though they're not injecting something?
For the term they use for us, that they're gonna be very careful what happens.
Yeah, I asked that same question, and was given in an email back that this should not affect any of our wells, but I could not get anything in writing to say who would be responsible for any issues to the wells.
Does our township have anything in place to cover if it does, or act like legal action type deal? Because I'm not gonna really go on somebody's word, not necessarily your words, but obviously their words, since they haven't been forthcoming in the beginning or from the beginning in general.
No, there's nothing.
That's why we're in this situation.
Yes, and what our lawyer has told us at one time, that you cannot write every ordinance on the planet to cover you. It's just be impossible. This
Got
is a surprise to us. I mean, everything is a surprise. I mean, we got pretty thick book of ordinance for our township, what you can and cannot do, and it just seems like every time I open the page, we're missing something else. It's a big chore. And they assured us, and this is through Eagle, if I'm not mistaken, that they're the ones supposed to be responsible if something goes wrong with the well. Again, that's all I can tell you.
I'm just wondering where the public comment notice was posted for this well, because all wells are supposed, all permits are supposed to have the, notice so that the public can request, a meeting.
Mike, do you know that answer? The question was, does, a permit like they received from Eagle, does that require a notice of some kind for public comment?
Not to my knowledge, but I'd have to look further. I know that, there would be, for instance, on site plan review and approval, that would be held at a meeting at the planning commission. And if the planning commission holds a special meeting for that, notice has to be published or posted at least 18 hours in advance.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like the local, I'm talking about state level.
At the state level, do you know if there's any?
I don't know on this type of permit. And I will add, in addition to the test well permit, they also received a soil and sedimentation control permit from Eagle. But I don't think, I don't believe that either one of those are necessarily need a public hearing or public comment period.
Thank you.
We would force one though.
But is the site over 5 acres? Do we know?
It's 8.9. It's the land.
Then it
They're on
requires a county soil erosion permit as well.
No, they can override that to the state. Already called.
Really? I guess I've been out of the business too long.
But the disturbed property is probably only
2 acres.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
fairly small.
Well, that's the thing, is the
Yeah,
district.
it's correct.
Yeah, because if it's 5 acres, I can't.
Any other public comment?
Thank you for your time and, we appreciate it and I feel confident in you guys doing the right thing.
I appreciate that. We are trying to keep everything as transparent as possible and keeping you guys at the forefront of everything. So please be patient with us and we will share as much as we can as it comes through.
All right, guess I want to close the pump or the, make a motion to close the special meeting at 11:09 a.m. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Step at a time.
I love you.
Thank you for coming.
I think